I spelled one.
Please charge.
Is that yours? You're so busted.
Good thing we're not recording yet. Okay.
Is that your bag?
That's like,
Is that right there?
yeah, my bag's
That's
talking.
amazing. The bag is
no,
charged?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's
I was
a
like, this is
speaker in there.
awesome.
But
Oh,
isn't that
wow.
amazing?
Yes.
And it
Wow.
rolls, and you get it on Instagram.
Bag lady, you gon' hurt your bag.
I am straight up the original
Yes,
bag lady.
I love it.
Well, she was. I'm second. In case you were wondering, the bag we were talking about is called the Hulkin bag, and you can get it on Instagram. And we're doing the advertising for free for all you bag ladies out there. Now back to the podcast.
'Cause it's time for the maker, it's time for the maker, all the soul shakers, call the creator, it's time for the maker, it's time for the maker. We gotta motivate you, motivate, we gotta motivate.
Hi, welcome to Time for the Maker podcast. My name is Sarah Maria Agajanian. My stage name is Esemae. I am based here in Los Angeles. I am a singer-songwriter, musician, painter, eyebrow makeup artist in the beauty industry, and I run a business called Rock and Brows and Makeup for 20 years. I'd like to take you on a journey of exploration and participation of all forms of creativity. My hope and desire is to spark inspiration, awareness, and motivation to you, for you, to find your own creative world by either being the maker, the receiver, the fan, or all the above. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, I'd like to introduce you to our very first guest, Genevieve Goings, who is best known for her musical project, Choo Choo Soul. It was a hit show on Disney Junior.
Yes.
It originated in 2004, and it's still ongoing, and she has a lot of fans from that time. She has been nominated 3 times and for a Grammy, and she also won a Grammy in 2023. Tell me what that was for, real quick.
So that's in the children's category. So basically, I'm just known for my children's entertainment. That's kind of my lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I was basically co-writing and performing on these albums that were nominated in the children's category. So because I have cool friends, I have Grammy noms and a win.
Yes, you do have
So
cool
my
friends.
Grammy is actually won as a songwriter. So
Oh, great.
yeah.
I think I knew that. Well, congratulations again.
Thanks, boo.
As your friend.
Yes. I love you.
And things have evolved. Time has gone by. As I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
I think I met you in 2008. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
It's so
Kinda
great.
crazy, right?
Yeah. I was
And-
like,
yeah.
she's going to be my friend forever.
Yeah, I know. We were like really obsessed with each other when we first
Instantly.
met, remember?
Yeah. Oh, instantly. We're like, oh my God. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped.
It hasn't stopped. Nothing
it's
has
great.
changed.
We actually met through like 2 goddesses, right?
Yes.
America and Sarah.
Oh, my God.
So they met each other and then we met each other
Yes.
and it's just been.
Meant to be. Beautiful friends of ours. Still beautiful. Shout out.
Yes.
So what's going on now? What are you up to?
Yes,
I
so-
know you're coaching.
I am, yeah. So I'm coaching the next generation of stars now. So these, there's kids in the industry, there's always been child actors since movies, but they are working. There are so many amazing jobs that these kids are out here booking. Animation, so I help coach on voiceover, so voice acting for cartoons and things like that, and help them with their singing auditions, auditioning for Broadway, theater, and also teaching them how to record,
This
how
is
to
amazing.
edit.
Huge.
And I'm really I'm really helping the parents who are just like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Is it good? Did they do a good job? And I don't know technology. And so I'm like, how about we teach the kids how to do it? Because
Yeah.
they can. They're so smart.
And they're able to now.
Oh, yeah.
This is all part of available to them now.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
for us, that
Yeah.
wasn't there.
So we feel like
Technology
for us,
was-
technology, and you, technology and you are not.
That's
but
why we're
you
in a
can
studio
be.
right now.
Yeah.
We're paying people to do this for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, exactly. And so, but for kids, like to us, it's a foreign language. To kids, it's their native language.
Yeah.
That's their
Oh my God,
technology.
that's so true. I
right?
love how you said that. It
Yeah.
is their native language.
It is. And so they can do this. They know, they pick it up so fast and edit and.
Yeah, and I feel like now, because of where we are, like you said, they pick it up so fast. You're probably do you learn from them too in this?
Oh yeah, I have had them do something like right click and add audio. I'm like, oh, you can do it, or you can do it that way.
Do you think they find shortcuts?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which I hope they do. I mean, it's awesome.
You're like, wow, I'm going to write this down for later.
I know. But a lot of times, too, kids think they figure it out, so they rush past stuff, and you're like, hold on. Even though I'm the same way, but it's fine.
And so they're booking jobs in this town.
Yes. Yeah. I have a lot of my clients are booking. I mean, big stuff. Netflix, Nickelodeon, Disney. I know, it's so awesome. And it's just rolling. It's so perfect for me because I've been there. I've been hired by Disney. So I did the Disney show. I was part of the creative team that sold that concept to Disney. But then after that, I continued to write and produce music for Disney, and kind of they came to know me as more than just, somebody who auditions for something, but somebody who creates.
Exactly.
A maker. That's right.
Just in case you guys didn't pick up, that's the premise of the show.
That is the premise of the show.
And
so I'm trying to teach these kids to be makers too, because I don't want them to just think they go to a panel of 4 judges and they say, yes, you have it. No, you don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're allowing them to see themselves in their own sovereign way.
Thank
young.
You. Yeah.
And in a town that can do the opposite to you.
It can.
As we know.
Yeah. And especially if you're only trying to be chosen, then it really can suck. But if you're like, wait a minute, I could create a show where I'm hiring the people at the table.
Yes.
That's
Puts
what I
them
want.
in their power.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great.
I
know. It feels perfectly aligned for you.
Oh, full on. Yeah. It's so meant to be.
And I remember... Well, recently we went and saw like a sunset in LA.
So
we had this whole we always go into these deep conversations, but we were talking about this.
Yeah, I know.
And how important this time is for you to step into this role. And you already have been in this role.
Oh, yeah, I have. But I think now just really being like, this is what I do. And because I think I told you, I was like, I have this block on myself, like I can't sell. I'm not good at sales. So I'll just see if people will come to me and talk, which they have.
Which is a way of selling.
It is, but yeah, I can't sell something that I don't believe in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like something that I'm like, no, this is great. These kids need this. Yes.
That's the sale.
Yeah.
The sale is not knowing it's a sale. It's just expressing your passion
helping them get
for
better because I want them to, and it's going to be good for them and their confidence and all that
and
stuff.
It sells themselves.
Yeah.
You have a son.
Yes, I do.
And how old is he?
He's 4, Kamari James.
Has that kind of awakened your passion in this too, even more?
Yeah.
Being a mother?
It has. It has. And not to take away from my son, who's my baby, my favorite ever, but because in my role of Choo Choo Soul, where I played this train conductor and we were dancing and singing, I toured for 15 years and saw kids and hugged kids and got to know them, watch them grow up and everything. So I had that I had that feel of caring for kids, and really that's my mission in life, is just seeing them thrive. But then having one, that's way different.
Yeah, more personal, intimate.
Yes.
But you're also this creative mother.
Yes, very.
For the kids that are coming up in this generation of creativity, of music, performance, acting, voiceover. This sidebar, this is totally random, but I know you were a cartoon character at once.
Oh, yeah.
A cartoon character?
Yes, I did do I've done a lot of voiceover work too. I did a teacher called Miss Hug. That was Fisher Price new toy line, and there was a show for that. So I was a teacher, which is funny. It's very aligned to who I am anyway. It was I
think that's what I saw. It was it actually looks like you.
Yeah. Oh no, that was from a Disney called Ready for Preschool, and Oddbot, which is the animation company. We did a song about just helping your community, and they made a character.
Yeah,
that looked
I feel like that's when you know you've excelled at something in your life creatively, when you actually become a cartoon character.
Oh my gosh,
that's
amazing.
Kind of a dream come true.
So amazing.
In a way.
Yeah.
And now you exist in that world.
Yeah. I know. It is pretty cool.
I know it.
I wish I was a cartoon character today when I had my other shirt on and I realized we were going to be sitting like this. And I was like, she's not a half shirt gal right now.
It's good, but you're doing good. It's not fat guy in a little coat. You're good.
No, it kind of is, but it's okay.
An ode to Chris Farley. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Always and forever.
Oh, my gosh.
What are some rituals that you do, because you have to be creative consistently, and you're dealing with technology back to back?
Yes.
What are some rituals that help you stay focused on a timeline to get stuff accomplished?
What a great question.
Yeah.
I still need more of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm great at this at all. But I have started a ritual, which is getting up earlier than everybody else in the house. Yeah. Another little block I had was like, I can't wake up early. I had this thing. I'm like, yes, I can. Like,
It's funny you're talking about that. I'm
starting to do that? Like,
I'm trying my
waking
best.
up early is, it's me. Probably because I'm like older now. So
Yeah. Well, and your mother.
obviously.
So you have to get up early.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just, getting up earlier and just like having my time with my coffee and just like, okay, what's happening today? So that for sure.
Okay.
And like trying to get sleep. I mean, this is not rocket science here. It's like
but it is
sleep.
those habits that make success.
Yes,
You know?
that's
you
for
have
sure.
You have to self-motivate.
Yes, you do. And to be honest, I would be lying if I didn't say that sometimes I go through my old music that I've made to actually use my own self to motivate myself.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of us like artists, will listen to our own stuff almost too much. I saw even Mariah Carey talking about that. She's
she
like,
does it
I'm
too?
trying not to.
Yeah.
Like, don't listen to Emancipation of Mimi anymore. You got to listen to other things on the radio.
That's so funny.
I know, but it's true. But it will, like, I genuinely will like pull motivation from myself. And I'm like, wow, I was so free right there. I did not care. You can tell on this right here, I did not care what anybody thought. I was not trying to sell a million records. Like,
It's also listening to yourself.
Yeah.
It's your own conscious thought and listening to yourself, tell yourself to get it together.
It's so true. Yeah. So many of my lyrics from like when I was 20, I'm like, wow, whoa, you don't say.
Yeah. You're like, that's so clear.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
I know so much.
I know. I did and didn't. But yeah, and listening to my friends that are just doing stuff. I love pulling motivation from my friends and people I see. Like, I am such the opposite of a hater. Like, I just love seeing people and just being like, yes, I love it. You're so good.
You
and
like
I
to
love
water
that.
people.
Thank you.
You do. That's why we're even here right now.
Oh my God, I love that.
That's why you're my first guest.
Well, that's because you are the best. I love her.
We do get
Seriously.
really excited about
We
each
do.
other.
We do.
It's kind of like bang bang. Like we'll have like we're an idea machine. Me and her. Like we'll sit down. We've got 7 projects going every time we're
for
talking.
Sure. Yeah,
and
I know.
We should put that to the side and do that in like 10 years. You think we should do that?
What do you think? 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't got time to do that right now.
Not yet, but we will.
So rituals. Okay, if you had magical powers, which you already do, but if you had more,
okay.
To change anything or do anything in your industry, what would it be? And I'm talking, you're probably already kind of doing it.
Oh, yeah.
But if it was endless, like boundaries around it, like if you truly had, you could snap your finger and see something shift in your industry.
Wow,
and
what
make
a great
decision.
question.
What would that be?
Gosh, right now, right this minute, I would, which could possibly hurt feelings, but could be an awakening.
Yes.
I would love for kids and any people, any actors that are auditioning for stuff, to be able to be in the room as the casting director goes through tapes, no filter, as they're looking at something, be like, no, not believable, or oh, love that, okay, cute, she doesn't look confident right there. Those type of things.
Yeah.
If you could actually, to just break down that barrier between, like, you send an audition in and it just goes into just the endless
ether.
beyond. Yeah, and you're just like,
Did they
like it? Was it good?
Could you do it before? Were people in the room when that was happening before, or do you get shut out?
I mean, if you can feel it if you're in a room auditioning.
You can feel it, so you can read
You're
it.
like, I just stunk up the room.
Yes.
It is over.
It smells
They
in
hate
here.
me. Yeah. Or like,
Stink.
man, I did great.
Yeah.
But when we're doing like voiceover stuff and just sending it in, it'd be very interesting.
You're not. It's like playing a band in the middle of a parking lot. Nobody can hear the music come back.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea what's happening out there.
Yeah. So
That would be
you do
great.
if you book, you do.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're doing something, right? But yeah, I think that would be a dream of a lot to
Okay.
in
I
that
love hearing that. I have
industry.
no idea, so it's like
Yeah.
totally enlightened me.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Well, you're welcome.
I hope that comes true. That's my magical shaker.
Love it.
So we originally, we didn't talk about Erykah Badu yet, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay. So I originally came up with the idea for this podcast to base it around a record because I love collecting records and analog and just being part of an album. A lot of us have our favorites, which could be a lot.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But I wanted the guest to pick a record, and then we were going to spin it, right? That was the
Yes.
plan.
Yeah, that was the plan.
And we, but then when I looked into it and the licensing, and I was like, that was a magical power I need to get. You know, I was like, I'm not
yeah,
ready.
you're like, where's the information?
Yeah.
No.
So instead, we'll just talk about the record that
Yeah.
inspired us to get together for this. And what
Yeah.
album is that?
Yeah, so that would be Erykah Badu, Baduism.
Oh,
And
so
it's
good.
interesting because I feel like listening to it on a record player, obviously, you know, it sounds different.
Yes.
It feels different.
It feels so good. But listening to it anyway.
But to me, at the time when it came out, it was so unlike anything I had heard. It was like,
when was that? When did it? Is it 90?
gosh, when was it? I'm not great with remember. It's all just like there's back
It had to
then.
have been
That's
90
one time.
It says 97.
Wow. Okay. So I was 17 years old. And yeah, just so like finding myself, my friends and I were really we fancied ourselves very deep.
And every song blends perfectly into the next song. Into the
Yeah,
next
it's just
song,
another
into the
like
next song.
it's an experience.
Yeah.
And it's just
What did it do?
and it was
for you
so
in that way?
well, I mean, she's such an artist, unapologetically, and just like I am going here fully all the way. And it was incredible. Like my friends and I, we dissected like all the lyrics and her tone too. I think I found as a singer, there were certain singers that I would like try to emulate their vibrato, which is how I found my vibrato. First one being Coco from SWV. Lately there seems to be some insecure. So that I would try to get the about the way I feel. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that's how I would do it, by copying. So like once I got older and I was already like singing a little bit, still shy, didn't think I could do it. Something with her and being able to sing along with her songs, I was like, oh, wow. I really found like
Your
to get
groove.
lost in her style
And her flow.
rather than it wasn't robotic. It was like
No.
I was just like falling and just singing for
It's
fun.
so free.
So free.
How she,
So free.
from beginning to
And
end.
it was so like, gosh, culturally, geographically, it didn't matter. But it's like it had like a place and time, but you didn't have to live there or look like this or be from here to like, it changed me
Did you
for
see
sure.
her live? You've seen her live?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
How many times?
Only twice, actually. Yeah.
She changed my life when I saw her for the first time.
Really?
And I came around her later in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I first heard her music. I mean, I heard it through the airwaves, of course, or the sound waves, but radio and such. But was House of Vibe down in that I used to go all the time. The band that I'd hear,
Ooh,
they would cover a lot of her stuff, which is how I fell into
Ah.
her. But when I saw her live, I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
This is
What
a
is this?
world.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Badu world.
I know.
And I want to be in this world.
Yeah.
She's like a music mother
Yes.
for like all creatives.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I asked
So unapologetic.
so
She's just
unapologetic,
like,
and
look.
she owns it, and she's
Yeah.
so creative in so many other ways. And I always think to myself, like, if I'm in, I go, what would Badu do?
You
know what I mean?
love it.
Like, how
Or
would
what wouldn't
she-
she do?
How would she handle this situation dealing with the sound guy? Or
Oh,
like
you going that far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the inner Badu.
I
you
wouldn't
know?
be able to access that. Probably
Yeah.
what she would do.
I'm like, I got to channel her right now. 'Cause
Right, which is actually funny that you should say that. My dad is in the industry. He's done so much as an artist, producer for decades. But now his company GFI puts on shows as well and things like that. So he actually did work with her once.
oh, he did.
And she said something like, "Don't make me get Big Jim."
Nice.
Like that was like our line forever, because he would say that too. Like if something wasn't going right, don't
Don't
make me get.
big.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I love
I know.
that.
I
What
love
an
it.
honor.
I know.
He's set up now.
Oh, you know what? No, sorry. His name is Jim, and
Yeah.
it wasn't him.
Oh,
she
it
was
wasn't
talking
him.
about.
It was another guy
It
named
was
Jim.
another guy. But I love that.
I was like, yeah, his name is Jim.
now
Yeah.
I say, don't make me get Big Jim,
Yeah.
because he's actually my manager.
Because he actually, yes.
Yeah.
And your dad plays.
Everything, and he toured for years. He was in a very successful group called Santa Esmeralda that toured forever. You know what was so cool? What is still so cool about him is like he's like ethnically ambiguous, and I think I grew up kind of learning that, of just embracing and being like childlike wonder about everything. Like,
When you say ethically ambiguous. What's
so
his
he did
background?
like a Latin record. We're not Latin at all.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And not in a like, some may say like an Elvis kind of way of
Yeah.
like stealing, but just paying homage and just being in it. And
Nice.
yeah. So, and it wasn't strictly, it was kind of, you know how like Moana, like Montanui is not really a place. It's like inspired by.
Yeah.
So Santa Esmeralda was kind of this whole, it had like a gypsy Latin
And that's the name of the
vibe.
record?
Yeah. That's the name of the band.
Oh, that's the name of the band. How cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's super creative.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where you're like
Yep.
the
I am.
descendant. Is it descendant
Yep.
to come down?
Yep.
under? Yeah. Your
Total.
musical ancestors.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we're like so alike. So there's nothing I can do about it.
And you've been well, I know. I'm like my father too, so.
It's great. But I love, and it's funny, like now that I'm working with these parents who are like, I don't know what to do and I don't want to like mess up my kid's career. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, stay there the whole time.
Yeah.
Stop feeling like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave your kids.
It's actually good
It's
for you to
great.
be around.
Be around.
You got to protect.
And you can have,
gotta
they can have
be
like,
there.
yeah, they can have, you know, the access to the mentors and things that have done it and really know like what's going on right now. Cause that's very important too. If you did this, you know, in your day, quote unquote, which is already starting to be for me, like my day is like is kind of outdated.
Yeah.
When it comes to like releasing stuff, getting shows picked up.
Wow,
You know
we're
what I
getting
mean?
older, yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
different now, even that. But it is important to, you know, have somebody who knows what's going on right now. But yeah, definitely
Time is happening.
stick around. I know.
Yeah, definitely stick around. Genevieve, can you tell the audience how they can follow you and get
Oh.
information about you?
Yes. So if you follow, like behind me, if you could skip happily and smile. Just kidding. It's so funny when we say followers, like to really think about it.
No,
Like,
it's scary.
like if you look at something, you're like, I only got 100 views. Like, okay, so imagine sitting on your couch with no makeup on and having 100 people looking
behind
at you. That's plenty.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. So all socials at Genevieve Goings and GenevieveGoings.com. You can find me there and all that good stuff. My website has a lot of freebies, like free voiceover script for kids to just try, audition song ideas, ideas for setting up your home studio. It doesn't have to be crazy. And parents, you also can like DM me on Instagram and just let me know. Also, I am creating my own podcast, which is coming out soon. That is Successful Young Creatives. So just all the stuff I've been talking about. It's going to be there motivating, checking out, talking to casting directors, managers, coaches, and kids that have booked.
Yes. More strength.
Yeah.
Strength
And
for
the
creative.
parents that have helped them.
Yes, I love this.
Yeah. So I'm curious because you asked me, I thought that was an awesome question about like what rituals do I do to kind of get motivated?
Oh. Space and time, like allowing myself space to let it come through. Yoga, moving my body helps. Listening to music, or just allowing myself to feel all the things that I'm feeling to the point where I feel like I'm gonna like erupt, and then boom. My process has a lot of resistance in it. It's actually kind of, it can be intense, you know? But it depends what I'm working on.
Intense?
Yeah, I know,
No
right? Shocking.
Way.
I'm very soft and I'm a wallflower.
Very demure.
Very demure, very mindful. Yeah, so just basically allowing myself to feel everything, which could be, which helps when you do yoga or you move your body, or I give myself space and time, or I listen to music. Also, what inspires me is people. I call you. I
Yeah.
call my creative friends all the time. People know I'm calling you. I want to get into it.
Yeah.
What you up
Right,
to?
right.
Which is what motivated me to do this.
Yes.
Because hearing what other people are doing creatively, like, it motivates me.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And you are obviously writing a ton of music and playing live when you can. And yeah, you're amazing. Like, depending how people find this, they may not even know your musical artistry and originality and just epic
Thank you.
bossness of, like,
Time
her
for the
voice
maker.
is unlike
I love
any
it.
other.
She's always at the front at my shows going,
I
yes!
am, and I try
singing
not
along.
to be yes.
And she's been coming to my shows for years, and she's
Yes.
been helping water me through this. And that's why this podcast exists, because Time for the Maker is actually a hook in the song called Motivate, which is all about us. So you will hear the music on this podcast. You'll be able to find it. And I do have a lot of music coming down the pike to release. Pipe, or is it pike?
I think it's Pipeline.
I think it's Pipeline. At some point. I'm trying to figure out how not to exhaust myself in putting out the sound.
Right.
And how to like bring it to me so then I can channel it back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is just when you do finally put it out and it's just there on like a little link.
Yeah.
You can just, that's forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to say, if it's okay.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Def Sound, who's also an amazing artist. I just saw him post something. He's like, you guys, can we stop normalizing like once we release a song, like it's over? Like, and we do that where we're like, oh, the record came out. Like, yeah, the record came out and this month we promoted it, but like it's still out. It's amazing. Hello, this is still amazing.
Yeah, it's
this
living.
record,
It's living
still
forever.
living. So don't forget, like maybe a motivational thing, like a little to-do item for everybody listening. If you are an artist of any creative form, like post about your stuff. Tell people about your stuff. Like it doesn't have to be new.
Well, because it's always
beauty.
new.
Yeah,
it's always new for the new ears that hear it. There is no time in creation. It literally, it's almost like time is stopped, kind of. You know, and that's how it is when you go to a concert.
Yeah.
Like, everything slows down and you experience the sound. And you're in that moment, you're present. And that's just, it's like a capsule of time. That's how I see music and everything creative, even in film.
Yeah.
But especially some of these songs that always have life in them. And like, I've experienced this with certain songs, like Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Every time that song is played, every time I sing that song, no matter who I'm with and how it's being played, that song has its own vibration and world in it. And we're always with the moon with that song. That's how music is.
Yeah.
It does. And it's so communal and enlivening and also soothing at the same time, but there is no time.
Yeah.
And everything moves so fast now, which I think is overwhelming for all of us.
Yeah, it is.
And that's the point of this is like, I'm trying to figure out, you know, how can I slow myself down a little bit, but still put something out there? I don't want to feel like I have to go on a wheel and try to make anything happen.
Yeah.
Because I'll just burn out. And I've already burned out.
Yeah.
So how, you know, there is no timeline and everything has its own time. Like, you know, someone will write a song 15 years ago and they'll record it and they'll put it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Hey Ya, is it Hey Ya with Andre 3000?
Oh, yeah.
He wrote it years before, didn't even like it.
Really?
Someone made him pull it out, I believe. I'll fact check
awesome.
this. And then it was this huge song and he didn't even like it.
That's amazing.
So it just shows you that everything has its time. You know?
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
I think we covered everything, right?
I think we covered everything. Although I did not mention my husband one time, who I adore and love.
I love
he
him.
Waters me, and I'm lucky.
Yeah, Chikori's quite amazing, talented actor. And he's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a very talented writer too. And I'm very proud of him. He's got a whole lot of stuff going on. So very fun.
It's a creative family.
It
creative
is.
Everything.
Big time.
And I want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is
And
awesome.
we're setting this, you know, we're igniting the newness here.
Yeah.
And we're recording at Patches Sound.
I know, which is such a great place. It feels so good in here.
We're motivating each other, lady.
Oh, what a
All right. We're going to shake on it. Ready? It's good to have you. I recently was listening to Erykah Badu, as I normally do, and she specifically said, an antidote for fear is creativity, which is courage. We build societies around being creative, the artists, the makers, the musicians, the writers, the visionaries, the healers. Filmmakers, chefs, poets, small business owners, all move the needle in our society. Money follows these groups, and consciousness blossoms in these actions. And the people find home in this. At least in my perspective, we are the true leaders. There is leadership in being creative and participating in that cycle, whether or not you are the maker or you're the listener or the receiver of that frequency. The purpose of this podcast is to serve this energy, this magic that we lean on for life force. One song can catapult us back to intense joy and remind us of a gentler time. One film can expand our awareness, a change on how we view and interact with life. A painting can stop us in our tracks and render us breathless. Your hairdresser can provide a listening ear and upgrade how you feel and look just that week. It could flip the script for you and you could land that job. all because that person decided I'm going to be in alignment with myself and create and serve others. I could go on and on. Jazz brought us together in America. It blended us all, and it took us more deeply into our authentic love for life in our country. It just never ends. This is important to me, and I want to share these stories and tap into that channel of casting of net of creative authenticity. I hope to see you next time. It's time for The Maker.